Benzidazolone.
It says yellow medium.
I think I'll use a CAD yellow. Really yellow? I might go pink. We'll see. I've been in a pink mode. Black.
Pink? Okay. What? Okay. So we were gonna do this on air. We are now recording, right? Right. Recording. What? So we got black. We got white.
White. We got black, white, and an
additional color. What, Sergio and Emily, are your additional colors? That's a lot of colors, Emily. What's your one additional color?
No, these are all dry. The extra one's yellow.
Okay.
Okay. Feeling yellow though.
Sergio?
Mine is sap green.
Nice.
Great, great.
Nice.
Yours will be the most natural of us all.
Whoa. I got cadmium red.
Great color, great color. I actually think I have that. No, this is vermilion. Should go
Medium
vermilion.
hue. Yeah, that's what I got.
I have cad red, but this is real cadmium red, so I'm not using it today.
Oh, it's real.
Quality.
Fucking fancy. All right, so we're gonna do a picture today, and we're gonna fucking get taught a class. This will be fun.
Okay. This is my bin of paint, by the way.
Jesus. So we have Kristen here, who's going to teach us. Emily, who's an artist and is gonna fucking do well, and then me and Sergio
We're just
for the lulls.
Who's
Who's got a bird in their room? The fuck?
That's me because my window's because it's so hot in California.
I got my AC on. Can you guys can't hear it, right?
No. I will close it. They weren't chirping.
I don't mind. It's fine.
It's ambience.
Yeah, it's fine. I got my palette. My palette with the thumb space hole, so I can.
I have a stay wet palette. Doesn't really
with
matter.
no fucking thumb hole though. What's up, bro?
I don't need
bro?
a thumb hole.
Every cartoon I've ever seen has shown me that you need the thumb hole.
And cartoons are so real.
They are.
A little groove. You have a little groove for your wrist, right?
I have like a palette with a thumb hole somewhere, but I don't use it.
Fine, my fucking cardboard sucks. I get it, guys. All right, what am I doing? What am I doing first?
So the first thing, you'll need a big brush. I'm using a 1-inch flat.
Wait. Talk to me like I'm 5. I haven't even put paint on this yet. I need to start from scratch.
Great. We're going to be working with black and white. You don't need to put your color out yet. It doesn't matter if you have. I'm not going to because, again, it's hot as hell and it's going to dry.
How much?
It's like glistening.
How much?
Depends on your canvas size. Mine's a lot smaller than yours. So doesn't matter. Everything's going to just be proportional. You can always add more paint to your palette. I'm going to use when it comes to using black and white, which is what the majority of this painting is going to be, you're going to need a lot more white than black.
Okay.
Also keep in mind every white brand is different. I'm using a Winsor Newton, the medium quality, so it's going to cover more thick than a beginner quality. Doesn't matter. It's white. It just means you might have to use more.
I'm noticing that, so I just opened mine up. God, I already got paint everywhere on me. I'm just opening them up, and the white and black are two very different consistencies in the same brand.
That is probably true. Black is usually, and you have mixing white. I actually have mixing white here.
Mine have this.
Yeah, the fucking my mixing white is like fucking oatmeal over here.
You might have to mix it up on your plate.
Fuck you, Emily.
Poke mine because mine's got a silver seal inside.
Yeah, just stab it.
Yes, I got stabbed with something.
I've seen your box knife. You have it right there.
Yeah, but
just put a little. Just put a little.
Tip.
Just put a little. Right in there. You got it?
Okay, yep.
Why does Emily look so fucking put out right now? Like, ugh, why am I her?
Well, of course, the only one I can't find. I do have it somewhere. I can't verify. I've known that the mixing white is a little thin.
Oh, it's only just a little poke.
So this has been a terrible week for a podcast. Me and Emily have set up, I don't know, I want to say like 3 so far this week. Maybe 4. We're finally doing it. God, she is so disinterested right now. What's wrong with you?
I'm waiting for Kristen to get started.
I'm finding mixing white.
I don't know if you know how podcasts work, but while other stuff is not going on, you can still talk. Like it's a It's a format that you can do that.
I don't know what you mean. So sometimes the top, this is the mixing white. This is the same one you have.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes like the top little bit, if it hasn't been used, just needs to be squeezed out.
No,
that's normally true with oils though.
It's fine. It's just the see, it's fine, but the white's just thicker. That's all. No big deal.
Want that. Black is aggressive.
In these trying times, I don't think you can say stuff like that.
In this podcast, we're not referring to race, we're referring to the color black.
In these times.
These trying times.
I will say black is aggressive on most occasions, just like some colors are aggressive.
Yeah.
Black is just a color that's aggressive. Shit! Sorry, I feel like
right.
Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah, I did that a bunch, but like before we started.
I have a watermelon wine in the fridge.
Ooh.
You should get some.
God.
I feel like it would just make me warmer. Anyways, I'm using Mars black. Doesn't really matter as long as it's black, carbon black, whatever.
Well, at this point, me and Sergio have 3 each, and we're gonna get what we get.
Well, it doesn't matter. Black is mostly black. I mean, there's some differences, but also who gives a shit? It's fine.
All right.
If I need a different black, I can get a different black. Anyways, gonna be starting the painting with a bigger brush.
The biggest one I got.
Yeah. This is probably 1 inch.
That 1 inch, baby.
Yeah, this is a 1 inch. Really dirty, really cheap brush. It's fine.
Dirty and cheap, just like I like it.
Yeah. Let me grab a drink, and then we will get some paint on the canvas.
Right.
So you're gonna want to wet your brush.
Grip it, grip it.
How much?
Just dunk it in, get it wet.
Get it wet.
And then I'm going to do the little flippy thing like Bob Ross used to go pop, 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 pop.
You can do that, but we're not using oil paint, so we're not Bob Ross.
I don't care. I'm doing the thing.
I'm gonna use my rag. I'm sitting down, so I'm keeping mine on my thigh. You can keep it wherever. Sometimes I like move it around.
I have
My
mine
rags are
tucked under my...
actually, baby diapers.
Nice.
Like cloth ones. They're really absorbent.
Oh,
That's a nice.
I'm keeping notes. Keeping notes for next time.
Yeah. And there will be a next time because I have these fucking paints now. All right? They're going to get used.
Yeah.
I
That's how
bought
I
brushes.
so many paints. So I'm just like, let me set that down. Wiping off the extra water. It's just to wake up the brushes,
Oh, Jesus.
especially for you guys.
Wake up the brushes. Go ahead.
That's why we said, is because we used to wash our brushes and put a substance on them to keep them good. I don't do that with mine, so it's not as important, but your guys's are most likely fresh from the store, so definitely just give them a good.
Yeah, you got to wake them up.
Gotta wake them up.
But it's separated them. It's like
How
now
they
they
keep
look like bad eyelashes.
Yeah, wake me up.
Do you guys like these fucking awesome eyelashes? Look like a troll in the
yes.
fridge for like and my D&D shirt.
Well, I did notice the shirt. I need to start playing again. Holy fuck,
Great
it's been
combo.
years.
So we're gonna start with white.
Okay.
Big
Yeah.
brush. White.
Yeah.
It's gonna be putting so much color on here. So the way I load up a paintbrush, let's see if I can get close here. I like press down on one side, flip it over, and press down on the other side. So both sides of my brush have
Okay.
paint in it.
Okay.
And this doesn't matter if you have a fair amount on there. Now, I try to never really get paint deeper onto my bristles than that because it doesn't need to be there.
Way more than I have.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's great.
Good paint.
And we're gonna start by going up and down.
Wait,
Okay.
we're applying white paint on a white canvas.
Heck yeah, we are so much color, so bull.
This
Now-
is great. Great way to start.
I'm not going all the way to the bottom, just kind of working in this top corner. Acrylic paint dries pretty fast, especially it's gonna dry really fast for me.
Oh.
I left a sandwich out the other day for like half an hour to take a phone call and my bread was hard all the way through. It was terrible. So I'm filling in this top. Now what I'm gonna do is dip my like very little corner here into the black. So you have like tiny bit, like so little it kind of feels stupid. Oh gosh, my Stay Wet palette's too fresh.
Okay.
Dripping
I'm going
on
to
me.
watch you do it before I do anything.
Oh wow, that's something no one ever does. Isn't that great? So we're going for light gray. We're not going for like black. And the reason I put white down is it's gonna like diffuse Now I'm gonna add a little bit at a time here. It's so hot here. It's like drying out so fast.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
It's just,
I just dipped a little corner. It's so aggressive.
Told you, black is aggressive, and I'm just keeping.
Oh no!
I'm not going like.
How did yours come out, Sergio?
Oh, that's gonna look real nice.
All you have to do to bring it back down is add more white to your brush, and keep brushing over it back and forth, and it will diffuse it. We're just kind of going for these vertical frame like streaks. It's supposed to be pretty paint streaky. Oh my gosh, it is. Mine's like drying. So I might have to go get a drying medium. It's so hot.
This is hilarious. Mine looks nothing like Kristen's already.
Yeah. Mine's.
Always add more white to your brush, and if you're having a hard time smoothing it, add a little bit of water to your brush. Not a lot to where it's soaking it, but you can always get your brush.
I feel like mine is just more smooth, like it's more blended.
Mine's aggressive AF.
It's okay. This is just the background.
Okay.
Also, fun fact for everybody watching and listening, I haven't painted this before. And it's not a painting that exists. It's just in my head. Yep, we're all along for the ride. So I'm just gonna
you've
be
done
doing,
so many of these that I'm sure it's something. Are we going all the way across, or?
we're going all the way across. I'm going about 3/4.
I need a lot more white.
Well, we're gonna go all the way across the canvas.
I'm gonna go all the way across. Again, I'm working kind of in small sections because mine's drying so fast because it's
I feel like I don't have
Sacramento sucks. That's why.
for the canvas that I had. Not enough paint.
It's gonna take the people with larger canvases longer.
You could just say my name.
I thought you and Sergio had the same size.
Yeah, we got the same size canvas, bro. We're gonna be here.
Did you get a big one too?
Format. The size doesn't really matter.
That's what I keep telling everyone.
They're guys, so.
Size doesn't matter. I keep telling everyone.
And we're just kind of building up various shades of gray. If you want to go all the way down, you can. No more sex jokes, please. Thank you. My favorite groups of people were like the old ladies who were like really sexual. Who'd say stuff like that.
Oh, yeah?
They were the best groups. I loved them. Out my window right now, I'm staring at like a cement wall that's like really ominous.
Oh no.
I'm surprised mariachi music hasn't started yet. It's Sunday.
Oh, there you go.
What is up with that?
I have Hispanic neighbors who frequently play mariachi music in their backyard, of which I'm right next to with the window open.
Sergio, what's up with that?
It's Sunday, baby. That's you'll probably have.
Tell me about mariachi music and why. Just why?
Why?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, mostly it's just celebration of classic folk music. I mean, it also differs from region to region. Not all mariachi music is the same.
Was that big where when you were growing up, the family ever listened to mariachi music?
Not at home. My folks were actually more into like the contemporary
fucking metal or
Mexican music. No, not that.
Like on 4th of July when they opened up their car doors, which were also neon lit from the inside, so it added to the effect, and they were blasting Shaggy's "Wasn't Me," but in Spanish.
It wasn't you.
Classic.
All right now.
I've heard that song twice this week, and I hadn't heard that song in a minute.
Oh man, I'll blast that at work sometimes.
All right now.
Coming in the shower.
Wasn't me.
I could have gotten a better fucking easel because my shit's moving as I'm painting.
I have a little tabletop easel that's in my kitchen right now. That's great. It's like Amazon, like $10. That's what we used at the studio. That's where mine's from. Bought some stuff from her when I was up there. When we closed down. So I'm just filling in. I'm about halfway through. Now I'm going back and kind of making the texture even so the whole thing looks painted. Because sometimes when you don't fill in and it looks like it's skipping over, it looks like you couldn't afford the paint. So might as well just...
So let me ask you this. Do I want it to be more even gray or kind of white and black streaky gray?
Streaky. And I'm wrapping my paint all the way like up over the top.
Yeah.
This is a really thin structure. Structure meaning like the wood part that's stretching the canvas. So it doesn't matter that much, but it's gonna look way better when it's done.
I feel like I'm painting a fence right now.
You know, that's
A
fair.
little bit, right? Yeah. I feel like I'm going through my white paint really
I feel like
You can always wet your brush. So I just kind of like tap it into the water and then go back to the canvas and then kind of...
Okay.
Mine's actually, I'm over blending. I struggle with that. So it's actually going to go back and add some streaks in. Thankfully, it's hard to over blend when your paint's drying the second it touches the canvas. That was that was me.
The timer?
No.
that means everyone take a shot.
Oh God, what kind?
Tequila?
I think we have tequila
Wine?
for the impromptu mariachi nights.
Ooh, there you go.
Nothing goes
Oh,
better.
yeah.
Got the Modelo's going or what?
Sorry, on 4th of July, our neighbors were out. So everyone came out. When we moved here, the very first thing that I was told by somebody who lived here was the Domino's pizza guy. He comes up, he goes, "Are you from here?" And I go, "No." And he goes, "Get ready for 4th of July." I was like, it's February.
Is it okay if I have darker streaks in some areas than others, or does it need to be?
Here, I'll throw one in.
Yeah, because obviously that first corner that I started, I had no idea what it was going to look like, so it's very much...
Oh, yeah.
I'm crushing this white.
So fast. You can always like kind of add layers and go back and forth. This is the background, which is the majority of the painting. So spend time on it, enjoy it.
This is already the best painting I've ever done in my life.
How many have you ever done, David?
Like 5. I took fucking art in high school, dude.
Art in high school is like 1% painting, the rest percent like doing weird art projects, like a pinch pot. But anyway, so 4th of July, we were out there sitting in the front watching all of our neighbors do the fireworks. It was loud as hell. And my neighbors roll out right at sundown, and the dad is very drunk on Modelo. He's walking around with his Modelo bottle, and like every fountain he had, he was holding and like pointing out at an angle, like towards the street instead of putting it out on the cement.
Modelo's are fucking good though, so you can't hate.
That's pretty much all I drink.
Really?
As far as cervezas. Obviously, everyone's go-to is Corona, but
Corona's good. It's just
Yeah.
it's really available.
Days, insensitive.
Yeah, you can't fucking help but get it, huh? No?
We have Coors Banquet. I don't drink beer,
I
but
fucking
that's
love
our
Banquet.
like beer.
I love Banquet. I know that's fucking garbage, but I love it. You ever had Corona Dark though? Legit.
That sounds awful.
What?
Did
Corona
somebody
Dark?
roll up to me with the nastiest shit, like Clamato.
Fuck
beer?
yeah, I'm into it.
Ugh, you
know
made
what's
me
the best-
taste when it was warm. That's
Yep.
like a crime against nature.
You know the best part about going to a party with Clamato is no one wants a drink of your drink.
Yeah, that's very true.
I think I'm doing. I
Makes
think
me
I'm done.
sad.
I hate Clamato.
You're done?
That reminds me of that
Pretty
party
good.
with the vermouth, where what's his name brought vermouth.
Oh, Austin?
Yeah.
No.
No one wanted it.
We had that in our house for like a year.
Oh,
And then we pawned it off on somebody else, like at a lock-in or something.
That's a good call.
Vermouth's okay in like, but like in a dirty martini. How's he gonna drink it?
Like, he thought we just would drink it straight.
Why? No. You ever
But
had
he
a?
doesn't-
You
he
ever had
doesn't
a?
drink, so,
You ever had a dirty martini?
yes.
It's pretty good.
Dry.
Vermouth.
Okay, I feel like this is getting worse.
Said she had a watermelon wine in the fridge, so.
Hell yeah, watermelon wine.
It was called, I bought it because it had a funny name. What was it? Fruitscato. That's awful.
I mean, to be fair, all Moscato is Fruitscato because of grapes.
Yeah, but they decided to like cash in on that branding.
Yeah. I'm drinking Moscato right now.
It is literally too hot to drink Moscato. It's so sweet. It's like a one-way ticket. Looking good, looking good.
I'm stopping because it's getting worse.
it's getting worse.
That's like one of the biggest skills you learn is when to just say, you're done.
Well, I'm trying to cover up all the canvas. That's where I'm at now. All the spots where it kind of dries and.
Yeah, having it like where it doesn't, so like right here, it's skipping over and it
Yeah.
looks a little cheap. So I'm just kind of, because it's so fucking good. This is why I've been painting in oil paint lately. I
Yeah.
haven't painted acrylic since it started getting hot, and here is the reason why.
How's the oil painting going?
You know, it's awful, but I'm working on it. I just managed to get oil paint on everything. I don't get it, like, I'm wearing nice clothes. I don't get acrylic paint on it. The second I open a tube of oil paint, it gets everywhere.
I've never used oil paint because I'm afraid of it, so.
Well, you have to have a spot where you can evaporate the mineral spirits, which can't be inside, and it can't be in certain buckets, and you can't let it, like, the tubes. I could go get a tube and show you the warning label, but it has a dead fish on it that's like, will kill wildlife if it gets out to the wild.
Really stupid cat would get into it and get himself killed.
Your cat would definitely do that.
It's like unnecessarily dangerous. That's why acrylic paint is so nice and so accessible. I remember, so my very first painting on canvas, I didn't know, I was like 10. I did not know the difference between oil paint and acrylic paint. And art sets, you know, those like boxes?
Yeah.
At the time, sold acrylic paint and oil paint together, which, by the way, why are you selling something targeted for kids that has oil paint in it? That is terrible and mean. But I would mix the acrylic paint and oil paint together and like wonder why it was just really messed up. That was a dolphin. It was a really bad painting. I mean, I was 10, so like
You were 10. How could it be good?
it was like a really big dolphin in front of a really big like half sun coming over the ocean.
Those plastic like t-shirts.
Yeah, but like
Like Echo the Dolphin.
Yeah.
Was that-
Shout out Sega Genesis.
There you go.
I played that game. I was obsessed with it. They ended up like remastering it or something for the
Yeah.
PlayStation 2. I played the shit out of that. I rented it from Blockbuster.
I remember playing it and I don't remember knowing what to do in it, but the swimming was fun.
Yeah.
So shows on Disney Plus in the throwback category, or like movies on the throwback category of Disney Plus, or movies I remember coming out and being excited for, and I felt attacked.
Yeah.
Also, Netflix throwback had NCIS in it, which was still making shows in like 2017.
Yeah. Throwback. I didn't know that was a
It's now a
category.
category, and it just means stuff from the early 2000s.
Oh, like
That's what throwback is, huh?
Apparently. I've been watching a lot of 80s movies.
Like what?
Like Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
Dude, Gina Davis was no. Earth Girls Are Easy. That's what I'm thinking of. Girls Just Want to Have Fun. That was Cyndi Lauper.
They're just
Sarah Jessica Parker.
Yeah.
I also watched Elvira. I had not seen an Elvira movie.
Nice.
I don't know what I thought Elvira was, but it was not that.
She's
Go
mostly a host. She
Yeah, I was also
hosts.
surprised by Elvira. when I saw it.
Yeah, it's mostly a host. She hosts, TV shows with horror movies on them.
Yeah, but I watched Elvira, Mistress of the Dark.
So did I.
Yeah. I was very surprised. I mean, I was pleasantly surprised, but I don't know what I thought. I just have a lot of movies where people kind of go when I say I haven't seen them. I've watched Gremlins for the first time.
Nice. Gremlins 2 is fucking amazing.
That's what everyone said.
Gremlins 2 is like a parody of the first one.
Yes, it really is. It's like they took Gremlins and made it a comedy. They leaned into the funny parts of it.
Well, Hulk Hogan's in it, so that's how you know.
Yeah, brother.
I have been joke watching the entirety of the Airbud universe with a friend.
Yes.
She says joke watching, but she fucking loves it. Are we going all the way to the bottom now?
I'm just doing it because I'm here, just kind of letting everybody get their backgrounds where it works. I might add some darker streaks. I'm trying not to go overboard because I want my foreground to stand out, but I overblend. Again, we have the time. I have a small canvas, so I'm just kind of being nice to it instead of rushing.
I just got paint on the table and the couch.
I have paint on my shorts, and I don't even know how I did that.
Yeah, mine flung
I have
off
paint on my
the brush as I was brushing.
I'm
Yeah.
surprisingly good. I have gotten paint on nothing but the canvas.
Hands are fine.
Oh, look at Miss Fancy Pants.
Yeah, why don't you brush your face some more?
It is harder. The larger your canvas is, the harder it is to avoid getting paint on you.
Yeah.
Because you have a lot bigger arm movements. Is anybody like really far off from being at this point?
I'm fucking ready for the next part.
I think so. I think I have enough.
So the bottom part needs to be dry. Anybody's the bottom like third of their canvas like really wet?
I don't know. I don't want to touch it.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
So mine's again already dry because I've been complaining about it drying. Acrylic paint dries really quick. If you don't have like globs of paint, then it should dry within like a minute or two. But you will need to be able to touch it. I have like a little bit of wet right here because if we put the next layer on while it's wet, it will pick up the background and we don't want that.
So I'm probably gonna wait a couple minutes.
Okay, so this is where you can move to, so the bigger canvases, you can stick with the bigger brush. I'm gonna move down to my 1/2 inch. I'm gonna use an angle brush because it's my cleanest of this size. It's the same thing as a flat, only at an angle, it doesn't matter. I guess I have, this one's just really stiff, so I'm not gonna use it, but I'm gonna opt for an angle. Maybe, oh, maybe. Oh, JK, I have a 1/2 inch flat. You guys thought that one brush was soft. This brush is so awesome.
Wow, that's looks like a
Hold
naked
them up.
brush too.
Feels so soft.
You can tell fucking Emily is really into art because she hasn't said shit this whole podcast. She's like, I gotta do the art.
you know, she's so focused on making it look as
Yeah.
possible.
She
It's
just doesn't
still
want
gonna
us
be
to show her.
bad, So
Oh, it's gonna be fine.
I'm just like, no. This kind of looks blended.
Yeah, mine definitely looks like gray, streaky gray.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I'm fucking killing it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Freaky gray is what we're going for.
Streaky Gray. He was a really, really good blues musician, Streaky Gray.
Oh. Back to the Moscato, David.
Hell yeah. I mean, I'm waiting for my shit to dry, so.
Sponsored by the doctor.
Whoa.
Little spot.
No.
Do you remember, Sergio, you're the only one that's old in their 30s here besides me. Nope, you're the only one in your 30s here. Do you remember the Dr. Pepper commercial that used the song, the doctor, give me
Tell
the
me
news?
name, you gotta.
Yep.
That case.
Dude, that era, like late 80s, early 90s commercials, fucking terrible, but they were crushing it.
Yeah.
Dude, do you remember when Budweiser What's Up came out? And everybody in school was like, "What's up?" Every fucking buddy in school.
Was the
fucking
Budweiser frogs?
Bud.
One of my really
Sure.
dumb interests is old commercials. And so frequently when I clean, I like turn on 80s and 90s commercials. So I've seen a disproportionate amount of old commercials. I love them. They're so funny. Do you know what I miss? 90s medicine commercials. They were so dramatic.
Really?
They were so dramatic.
You know which one I think should have
commercials. I really miss Go-Gurt commercials.
Go-Gurt.
Go-Gurt.
It's not that old. It's from, I think it's the late 90s, early 2000s, but the Apple Jacks with the cinnamon is the Winamon.
Yeah.
That commercial.
I remember the McDonald's Man on the Moon guy.
Yes, I was literally about to bring that up.
Yeah. It's Mac tonight.
So I got this brush wet as well. And just kind of wiped off the excess.
Same brush, or we're using a different brush?
So you can use the bigger one or the smaller one. Because my canvas is smaller, that's gonna go down further.
I'm gonna try smaller and then go bigger if I need to.
That's always good.
Cool.
We're gonna be making like a silhouetted ground horizon situation. So I'm just gonna be using black.
It's really aggressive.
It is really aggressive.
By the way, I just want you guys to know that this thumb hole is fucking working out for me. It really is.
I mean, there's a reason they are popular. I just don't personally like them. I have bad wrists. So flat brushes are made flat for a reason. It's to make a flat line and to not have those like really wispy lines.
Okay.
So with the black on your brush, you're gonna find a spot. I'm gonna come about.
You're right. I'm gonna go back to the big one.
Yay high. And I'm gonna hold it so it's at a downward angle so I can see the top of the brush. That way it's gonna make a really crisp black line.
Are you making a straight line, or are you kind of going fucking Parkinson style?
Go a little Parkinson style. The only real care I have is to make sure that line, so I can demonstrate down here. If you just kind of like do this, you're gonna get these like wispies upwards. I don't want that.
Yeah.
So I'm making sure I have this.
I'm gonna go sideways.
This
fucking
is
hot dog style.
I'm gonna kind of make a. Ultimately, it's gonna be like
a valley.
A valley.
I'm gonna
wrap.
Here we go. It's same concept. Just a little bit on the tip of the brush, right?
A little bit. I never put that much paint on. Like you should never have like paint up to the metal. It's excessive and you're not getting anything off. Now there's like.
How high are we going on the right side?
I went like proportionally, like maybe a fourth up. Like,
no, I mean on the right side. How are we going about the same height?
A little lower. I'm not trying to make like a U, and the dip should be off center about 2/3 of the way over. Could be on whichever side you want.
And are we making this all black?
The whole thing all the way down is going to get filled in. You want to make sure that your background is going over or underneath wherever the ground is going. So if you didn't go down low enough on your background, you might want to bring your ground up a little higher. I might switch to my big brush. We'll see. I'm just going to use the little brush to outline. And again, you're going to want that black to wrap all the way around.
I fucked up on my easel. My easel comes up in front of the painting a little bit. So I'm gonna have to work around that.
Oh, like on the bottom. Yeah, this one does that too. Like that. It like comes right to there.
So by the time we're done with this, we want this just straight black all the way across, black.
Yes.
All filled in. All right. There's no particular way to brush it, so there's no.
No, I'm going side to side and then up and down to make sure all the little holes get filled in. But then I'm smoothing over everything in one direction. Now I'm using a black that kind of like mats itself out so you won't see the brush strokes. Not every black is that way. Your black should probably be fine. but it's gonna look really brush strokey while it dries. But I do like to make sure it's nice and filled in.
Sergio,
What's up?
while we're doing this, I want to know. So you said, and this is all Kristen's fault that we're talking about this, the mariachi stuff. But you said your parents were more into contemporary Mexican music. What's that like? What do you mean?
Yeah. So I mean, basically ballads, like band, rock bands like Los Bukis and Los Tigres del Norte.
Whoa, what?
Um,
Is that a metal band?
no, it's just I guess you'd call it just like a classic rock band. I guess you'd call it.
Like Boston and shit, but just
Yeah.
in Spanish.
Exactly. I mean, they still incorporate like the accordion and stuff.
My grandma played accordion.
Yeah. Not just she really.
Yeah, whenever we would do like happy birthday, she'd bust it out. She
Which
doesn't
is-
anymore, but
which
she's
is
got
really
arthritis
funny.
and shit.
Because I think that's the reason why I have a fascination with Weird Al music. Because I grew up
Yeah,
with
he plays the shit out of that, doesn't he?
yeah, and I grew up with that kind of instrument being used in all this Mexican music. That when I heard Weird Al using this,
I
song,
love his fucking melodies he does with it. It's like 90s rock melody, or angry white boy melody.
Yeah, exactly. And he's like that Disturbed song, like with the fucking
Ooh wow, do 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 do, ooh wow, do 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 do.
but yeah, I mean, like my parents listened to like a lot of like ballad music, romantic kind of ballads,
I hate it.
and so yeah. But I mean, every once in a while,
Do you and your sister ever get into like any of that shit?
not particularly, no, because by the time we were in elementary school and middle school and stuff, I got exposed to like radio music and like Backstreet Boys and
Oh, that's your jam, Backstreet
Yeah.
Boys.
and
Emily, fucking talk.
Oh, you're not really dominating the conversation though, so.
My kid tells me to turn my
Damn,
music off and he
Sergio,
won't.
she says you talk too much.
Kristen, I have a question for you. Does it bother you when people don't paint the edges like that on their paintings?
At the end of the day, I don't give a shit what other people's paintings look like. Like,
Well, okay, because Anthony has gotten really into painting, but on all of his canvases, like these are ones he did, right? He just leaves the whole edge white on all of them, and these are up all over the apartment. I have to look at them all the time.
so like for me, if I'm painting something and I'm gonna leave it raw edge, like on its structure, I will paint the edge and paint it around like it's the image wrapping around. Like I could bring in my Hidden Valley Ranch painting and it has the valley wrapped around. It's not just like a color.
Yeah.
But if it's a painting that I have the intention of getting framed, I don't give a shit about the edges. Now, granted, I have paintings that I painted the edge that are now in frames, because nothing makes art look like art more than a frame. You can frame literal trash, and people will be like, huh, yeah.
Amazing.
I got a painting like that. It's fucking trash that I should frame. It's like this owl with a fox tail
Yeah,
coming out of it,
it's
out
funny.
of its mouth.
But
I really like it.
it sucks because it's not fully painted. It's like raw canvas.
But that's kind of like that's half of the. She painted this painting, and
I'm not talking shit about another artist. I'm talking about me.
Yeah, but I think half of the charm to it is that it isn't complete. You know what I mean? Like that's part of the charm. That's part of the reason I like
the
it.
charm would be so this is canvas. I'm working on my creative grant, and this is gonna get somewhat painted for a photography project. And I think it would have been more charming on like a raw canvas like this than like a gessoed Michaels canvas.
I find myself I'm doing all my edges of my paintings because I don't want Emily to make fun of me.
I try to explain that to Anthony that you paint them if you're not going to frame it, and you leave them blank if you're going to frame it. But he leaves them all blank. He doesn't frame them. And it hurts me a little bit.
It would bother me. Like, my stance is paint the edges. It's like how I got roasted in art, like, early on in college. I was doing this, like, phase where I wasn't doing faces because it was edgy. Like, the people just didn't have faces.
Oh, yeah, you just leave it, like, obscure.
Yeah. And my teacher goes, it's not edgy, it's just lazy. I think about this teacher a lot, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm like literally like 2 days ago, I was working on this geisha drawing and I didn't have the flowers colored in, and I was like, does it look good or is it just my lazy brain? I don't want to color these in. The answer was I didn't want to color them in. Because I colored them and I was like, oh yeah, this is way better.
So I found that when I was doing most of it, I used the big brush, but now to sharpen my edges, I'm using the smaller one.
No, I love art teachers that will roast you. I feel like it's really necessary.
It depends on what level, because, you know, if you're taking fucking high school art for a credit, you're discouraging someone. You're not helping them.
Oh, no.
College
is the
makes sense. Yeah. College makes sense.
I think he only roasted me is because I was an art major. This was like an intro class that I was required to take. The other people were not on that standard of roasting. He only did it because that was like what I was doing, not because of the class. And because that's what I was like aspiring to do. But I had a teacher in the opposite vein who, I was in graphic design level 4, like that's a 400 level college class. And there was a kid in the class who could not make a vector heart in Illustrator. Like just like not like a human heart, like a this heart. And she passed him in that class. I was like,
no fucking way.
That's a senior college level class, and he can't do a very basic thing that like you learn in like a tutorial on YouTube.
That it's just like perpetuating the idea that graphic design majors are like a dime a dozen and they're all useless, you know?
So frustrating. Let me know when everybody is done.
I'm done.
Went a little bit.
Don't worry about it. I'm not in a rush.
Yeah, calm down.
It was
Sergio.
It was just super frustrating. I think about her too. And that was at the same college. He roasted me on the reg too, because I was like, this was 2011, and I was in a way different place then, and like my art was very like inspired by like tattoo art, and so I was doing some really cliche stuff. And I look back on it, I'm like, I see why he thought this was cliche. And he would be like, wow, so original.
Yeah. Well, if you're an art teacher, you're gonna see that all the time. All right, what's the fad now? Oh, these guys are gonna do this.
I do. That class was a drawing level 1. Like I should have been able to skip it, but I decided to take it because it was an art credit that counted. So why not take an easy one? And we had to do a master study, and so the amount of people that were like, "I'm gonna do MC Escher's staircase," but like the project was to create it like how he created it, and you couldn't just hand in like a shitty MC Escher's staircase.
Yeah.
Like draw it, and so many people bailed out and switched their person because it's a hard thing to do. But there was one guy who was like, I'm gonna do those Picasso like line animals, because he was thinking in like the year 2030, like a little bit farther ahead. But Picasso made that by like having a piece of charcoal on a stick.
Yeah.
And like 6 feet away, and so the art teacher made him do it that way.
Okay. I don't know what it is.
They sold them at IKEA for a really long time. They're just like fine drawings of like a penguin and a giraffe.
Picasso, isn't he the guy that lived to like the 50s and everyone thinks he's from the 1700s?
I don't know if he lived till the 50s, but yes, he is not that old, and he was a piece of shit.
Yeah, that's what I heard, is everyone who came across him didn't really like him because he was a jerk. I couldn't wait. Picasso is the guy that does the fucking weird faces?
Yes.
What a fucking con artist. Fucking look, it's modern art.
I'm not the biggest Picasso fan, in the same way that like I'm not a big fan of like Starry Night, because I've had to paint it too many times.
Yeah.
Starry Night's not about painting. It's just.
I like it when people do Starry Night, but in like macaroni.
But in macaroni.
You know what I mean? Because it's a pretty iconic, and it's not that hard to do in other mediums. So it's sometimes fun.
Has everybody done the ground?
Yeah.
Huh? Is everybody on the ground?
Has everybody finished the ground on the paint?
Yes.
Brown is good.
Okay. Well, I know a lot of you have this brush. Mine looks like absolute shit, so I'm not going to use this brush. I'm going to use the same thing, different brand. No, it's actually the same brand. JK. I'm going to use the same thing, a little bit smaller, because I'm using a tiny ass canvas. This canvas is like half the size of what I usually do this style of painting on. I'm going to be using both of these. Now, most people might want to just use the round. This is called round brush. It's called flat. Because
Right. Is it because one is rounded and one is flat?
Yes.
Oh,
Number 6.
number 6? No, bro, you're supposed to get number 5. You fucked up.
Number 6 is fine. So the round brushes are good because they can make a point. Like so.
They're really good orators. They can make a point.
Wait,
No?
we got
No?
a test.
Did I miss on that one? I thought it was good.
Should I do like the makeup? So like,
Yeah.
this I got mine a little bit wet. Cat. Oh.
I almost just dipped my brush into my wine.
That is alcohol abuse.
Dude, it hasn't touched paint yet. I still would have drank it.
I mean, you can still drink it. I mean, I've drank plenty of paint water. It's gross, but
I can't get a point.
So, did you dip it in a little bit of water?
Sure did.
You can't make a perfect point. I'm gonna start with
I
this
can't
one,
even.
but again, use
This thing
whichever
needs to be
brush
trimmed.
you're comfortable with. We're
I
gonna
got
be
one loose guy.
We're gonna be using just black again. I'm
Okay.
gonna start with this brush. You can start with this brush. I'm very comfortable with this brush. I make this point every time I teach a class. I like to use this one for this. Most people have an easier time with this one. So you can watch what I'm doing and decide, or you can just go for it.
I'm gonna watch.
Yeah, beginner, advanced. Basically.
I'm gonna watch.
It's not even about
Should we commentate?
how you think about like how you hold a brush. I know that I work better with the flat brush than the round brush. So I put black on my brush again. And also I like the flat because you can actually get like an even thinner line.
I'm really upset looking at my painting right now.
Why?
Because it fucking sucks already.
How off can it be already?
Oh, dude.
It's fine. It's fine. Everyone says theirs look like shit. I've learned to not listen to anybody talk about their own art. That's like the worst person to listen to. So we're making a tree.
Okay.
Here's the thing about trees. They're thicker at the bottom than they are at the top.
No, I thought it was opposites. Carrot style.
You say that like a joke, and then you're going to put the paint on the canvas, and it's going to start being thicker at the ends.
I feel like I put my bottom up too high. It's like way too high.
Just make
There's a joke there somewhere about her bottom, but
it's fine. You just make a shorter tree. There's lots of trees.
it's just little happy trees.
So I'm gonna use so you could start like
I'm gonna watch before I even start.
and you can make it go with whatever way. I'm gonna kind of like lean it out.
I feel like we're painting a scene from that one game. What is it? It's not Hollow Knight, is it? It's the other one with the little guy with the ears.
Limbo.
Limbo? Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like this is that already, except mine's a
Mine's
shitty version of it. mine's,
As I make my tree taller, thicker at the bottom, thinner at the top. Okay?
Yeah.
Thicker. I've painted so many trees with so many beginners, guys. Thicker at the bottom.
At the bottom.
Like
I'll try to do it thin at the bottom.
And so
I want to be abstract. Can I make mine upside down?
and this is where I say that the small brush is easier for a lot of people. I find I get finer lines with the flat edge of this brush by holding it out, but it is harder to control.
I feel like
So I'm starting, so this is my like main part. And I'm gonna go back in with my littler brush and add in smaller. But then, so when I branch off.
I get it. Branch off. That's what they call branches.
When I branch my tree off, here's how they connect. It goes down. There is a sharp V at the top of it and a very loose curve at the bottom. It's not sticking straight out. It's going rounded here, sharp V above.
Yo, this round brush fucking sucks.
Yeah, it's gonna take forever.
It is not for me. I'm gonna go back to the 1 inch.
I'm a big fan of, this is a level 3 brush, so it gets a little bit sharper. But it doesn't matter. Flat brushes always get a little bit sharper to me than a round. I actually have a tree painting in my living room, a sketch that Van Gogh did. So I'm not against Van Gogh, just against Starry Night. I'm just really over having to paint Starry Night, like everything. Starry Night, Portland.
I have a Dolly painting in my room because my wife is really into Salvador Dali.
Most artists were insane.
I might have to go back to my 1 inch because I don't think I'm gonna be able to cover all of it with a round.
So wait, are trees smaller at the bottom, right?
You want to get punched in the face? I'll do it all the way from Sacramento.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! I fucked it up.
If you get a spot that gets real jacked up, let it dry. Go back over it with white. Don't do it while it's wet. Fuck it up more. Let it dry, let it dry, let it dry. I reference that movie a lot, and it's altogether not a good movie. But that one part from the Lorax, Bad Mare goes, let it die, let it shrivel up and die. Great. Anyway, so I'm gonna move over to my little brush. Keep working on whichever brush.
Hey, move your head.
And at the end of the day, you don't have to copy my tree. Follow the curves.
Follow your heart.
Follow your heart. It's a tree. There's only a couple rules, like I said, where they attach. The bottom part is smoother, more natural and flowy, and the top part's the part with the more harsh angle. So I'm coming in with a little brush, and I'm just gonna kind of add in some smaller branches. You don't have to add a ton of small branches. We're going to be adding in our colors. I don't know why I started on this side. I usually like to rest my hand on the canvas, and now I can't do that because it's wet. Who knows? I guess it will dry really quick because it is hot as balls. Take a shot every time if you're listening to this. Take a shot every time Kristen says it's hot as fuck.
Yeah. Wait, more branches? Fuck.
How much are we branching out here?
I'm just kind of filling in this, like, I'm not going to fill it in totally, but I'm just kind of adding in some branches into this, like, imagine it's like a mushroom.
The first 3 branches.
So I did these like 3 main ones as trees have their like big mains, and now I'm filling in with the smaller in betweens. And I'm not making them perfectly straight. I actually hold my brush a little further out, so it kind of has a loose wiggle to it. Now that's what I sometimes do. I guess I'm not doing that because this is a small canvas, and I have good control over this brush. But if you find your branches are very straight and angular, maybe loosen up on the throttle there. Let it flow a little more naturally. And if it gets a little sketchy looking, that's okay, but you can always go back over. I got paint on me. It's only on my thigh though.
I don't know about any of this.
And when it comes to like which direction you go, it depends how you put your brush down on the canvas. So I'm usually a little bit lighter first, and then I prefer to press down. But if you press down hard first and lift up, you might want to go from the base out. I can do both because I'm good at demonstrating that. Because I've been forced. What I mean is you can either come out and kind of drag in towards the tree and press down more firmly so that way the base is thicker, or you can do the opposite, and that's coming out from the tree and then lightly lifting up. Depends which way you go.
Now I'm fucking pulling an Emily and not talking because I'm all worried about my fucking branches.
I'll leave it quiet too long. I'll start talking about weird stuff. That's my usual way.
Go ahead, talk about weird stuff.
God knows I think of anything.
Tell me more about Californian life.
You know, I don't know a lot about it because we've been in quarantine more than half the time we've been here. And I keep going on these like weird Google tangents. Like I saw a video of a stingray giving birth, and I spent like half the day trying to figure out if a stingray feels pain when it gives birth. I did not get the answer. No one knows.
Well, fuck them though, because look what they did.
Steve Irwin. They killed Steve Irwin.
Yeah.
Steve Irwin wouldn't want us to hate stingrays.
Sorry, we can't forgive and we can't forget.
You know his wife is from Washington.
Yeah, I did. Because I watched that stupid show about their zoo.
I did read an article where people in Australia were like shit talking Bindi. They're like, Bindi's a fucking bitch. Bindi Irwin.
She's cute as shit though.
Might be a bitch though.
Nice to animals, I suppose.
But not people.
You know, that's fair. I don't want to be nice to people sometimes.
Okay, yeah, I can't disagree with that.
And you can let.
Oh my god, I'm so done with this tree bullshit. The more I do, the worse it is.
I'll be honest. I'm drawing my branches way too thick, I think.
We are going to be adding our color.
Cakes, yo.
Yeah.
We're going to be adding our color as the leaves, so some of it will get covered up. You can let branches cross over each other as well. They don't have to be like in their own zones. I'm also adding way more branches than I normally do because you don't have to add as many branches as I am. We're here hanging out, might as well.
Yeah.
I go pretty quick.
I feel like I can't get that fine of a point, so I'm gonna stop now before I just fucking make
The way I do it is I'm like resting the edge. So like this is dry. I'm literally resting this on here and just like the smallest amount of pressure. But not everybody gets that fine. That's why I said having like if you want.
God damn it! Why did I do more?
If you wanted to do this with a smaller brush, I could totally see it. I don't necessarily think smaller brushes are the answer. I think pressure is the answer.
I'm just having a hard time making a point. I was using the half-inch flat side because the circular one I could not get to make a point. So I mean, I got to stick if I could. Well,
brushes because I like roll it.
Yeah, no, I tried that. I think I just got a too fat of a circular brush.
Now let's see. I accidentally left that brush in water, so it's a bad example. I don't want to roast that brush. But yes. I mean, you could in theory use a Sharpie, but Sharpies have a weird sheen to it, and you can tell where the Sharpie is. Some people are okay with that.
I can, though, go back and touch up a couple of my black spots that are drying.
My tree has like an ass. I don't know why I gave it like a butt.
Have you seen those pictures of like trees that like are like thick though? So that's accurate.
Hell yeah. How you guys feeling about your trees?
Not good.
What?
Well, yeah, mine's not as realistic as Kristen over there.
Mine's not super realistic, especially if you compare it to a realistic painting of a tree. It's just black.
Yeah, we're saying that as unrealistic as yours are, ours is way worse.
Keep in mind, I paint a lot of things, and I've painted a lot of this tree.
I had to go white out the butt of my tree because it's.
It's just always, like, if you have something that's too thick, you can put white paint and kind of like carve it out. Because this background is so light and so like sketchy, you can always kind of go back and cover something that's really bad. Again, we are going to be adding color as the leaves.
Ah, okay. Let's see.
You guys like this mystery painting that I'm making up as we go along?
Hell yeah.
I mean, it's not like it's anything really crazy. I was just trying not to copy somebody else's design.
I don't really feel like mine has to be great. I just feel like it has to be better than David's, and so
Oh, it will be.
I do have an art degree, so
Like in sewing,
that's true. Not in painting.
completely different art.
I only took one painting class in all of college, so muffin.
The amount of people I would have come in who would be like having an art degree, but it wouldn't be in painting. I'm like, it's not the same medium. Having a base in drawing helps, or having a base in graphic design helps, but not for those things. Like
Emily, you know that cat's fucking perfect for you.
Why?
Because he's fucking stupid.
He's so inbred he can barely function.
He's such a dummy. He's such a dummy. What's even better is you thought it was a girl for the first year of its life.
Because the breeder told me. The breeder said this is a girl.
I'm sorry, the breeder that you bought a $200 cat from in a parking lot.
She was like, we gotta make it quick. I'm about to go on my Tinder date, and she had
breeder.
a 10-year-old kid in the car with her.
Yeah.
This lady's not like
a $200 inbred fucking dum-dum.
She put a pink collar on the cat, and she gave it to me.
I genuinely can't decide if $200 is a lot for a cat or not.
Have you ever paid for a cat?
No.
I've never paid for a cat. Everyone always has free cats. I have two right now.
Special breed. I mean, it's really special.
It's a special breed, yeah.
I'm not gonna bring up the cost of the dog that I'm talking about right now.
Why do you? Okay. He is way cute though. Sometimes he is. When he looks the dummiest, he's the cutest.
That's what we spent on our fish. Technically, the tank's the expensive part, but
Yeah.
it's therapy. The world's
Well,
fastest beta fish.
Part of the top of my tree is thinner than the bottom.
Part of it, well,
Yeah.
somewhere.
Well, just kind of like you got right there, but that first knot. Yeah. I got one of those in there.
I'm just making sure, like,
That is so many fucking branches. I can't do it. It's frustrating. It's hurting my feelings every time I add a new branch. I got 3 branches, guys. That's it.
You have any little branches?
3 little branches. Oh, man. Are you guys going to be are you going to laugh when mine comes out better than Emily's? Or what?
I'll probably kill myself, so.
This is the exact energy I got with like everything. Shit. I gotta get a charger. Fuck.
What?
I was forgetting something. I'm on a computer that needs a charger. Hold on.
Oh, boy.
That's what I
Hold
had,
on, plug
yeah,
mine.
I had to plug
Enjoy my tree for a minute.
What'd you guys say? You both talked kind of at the same time.
I also had to plug my laptop in because it was trying to get the energy saver.
Yeah. Have you plugged it in? You did plug it in?
Now.
Yeah.
But what you guys were like doing something, I like went off screen and.
Yeah, I feel like if you're doing something, let's say your computer's at 70%, you do one of these, let's just plug it in.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No.
What I did with the last week with the Hangman. Oh, Sergio wasn't there. We played Hangman last week for the drinking game.
That one was so good.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I'm glad Sergio wasn't there.
Yeah.
That's why it was so
He would have
good.
ruined it. He would have ruined it.
That the conversation, yeah, afterwards on Messenger was fantastic. I can tell you guys.
Yeah, it was a blast. And if you were a good friend, you would have watched it. But don't worry about it.
You know what? In the weeks since then, I keep getting memes about finding like hair in your butt.
Oh yeah, it's a real thing.
I was like, is this some kind of targeted like meme thing?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's hilarious. Well, I haven't, so probably not, but who knows? All right.
Why do the branches look so?
Mine are yeah, look at hers. Look how fucking good they look. Mine are stupid. Mine are stupid branches.
I feel like I've overdone it on branches now. Like I'm embarrassed. I did too many.
Probably.
I'm so.
Too many is probably better than.
What? Don't say that. Shut up.
Anyways, got a charger. We have a stupid house with stupid outlets, and most of them don't have 3 prongs, but my laptop cable is a 3-prong thing, so we had to get them.
You have an old house.
They're new outlets. Who would choose
Really?
to put new outlets in? They're
Fuck,
not more
I
expensive.
don't think we sell them.
Yeah, we do. I know because I went to Home Depot.
Yeah.
We were
No, I
right
said
there.
I don't think we sell them at my company.
Well, they are the
Crazy.
worst decision. We've replaced some of the outlets in the house.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Are we moving on?
We can move on.
You tell me.
Okay.
Hey, you guys don't know this, but Sergio tried to kill a guy at work.
I wasn't even there.
That's not what I heard. I heard you just yelled, "Dr. Jones!" Stuffed on the brakes. Sergio works in a wire room where you have thousands of pounds of wire on reels. And by the way, didn't I tell you when I left there that like you definitely should apply for that job? It's way cooler in the wire room than the.
Oh yeah.
And apparently somebody did a thing where they lost the reel and it was rolling at a person. And if it hit someone, that's a lot of weight.
It was literally kind of like Indiana Jones style.
Indiana Jones, yeah.
Literally last minute, duck, dodge, dip, dot.
When I was working
Duck,
at an
dip,
unspecified warehouse.
Dodge and duck. Wait.
When I was working at an unspecified warehouse for a company that sells shitty fruit, somebody was using a forklift in the warehouse, which is also a giant refrigerator, to get a box of potatoes off of a shelf, but like it definitely fell on them in the forklift.
Oh,
There's
geez.
just like a giant vat of russet potatoes falling on them. It hurts. Russet potatoes, when they are
Fucking-
frozen, are like a rock.
That's like the fucking Ireland fucking Navy, though. They just shoot russets. Frozen. What was that? I thought that was me on return. I'm like, that's not what I sound like. All
Okay,
right.
so I have put a little bit. Now I put what the fuck is that? Gross. It's like a paint booger. A little bit of my color. I guess I'm going with yellow.
Yep. You can do whatever color you want.
I could, in theory, but I guess I'm going with yellow. I don't want to dig for another color.
Okay. What brush are we using?
I'm gonna use the little brush. You could use the corner. I might end up switching over the corner of that like medium-sized brush.
Okay. I'll try the round to start.
It's gonna
How
be
does one paint a leaf?
We don't need to really worry about that. We're gonna just kind of just tapping. Now, I can show you what it looks like with the corner of the medium brush. It's gonna be a little bit fuller. Now, yellow is a very transparent color. I'm probably gonna add a little bit of the white to it. This yellow is also kind of not great, so I'm going to add a little bit of white to lighten it up. And I'm just kind of tapping along my branches and in between my branches.
Okay.
I've never done a black and white and yellow.
I feel like I'm getting a similar result, so I'll stick with the round because it hasn't really got much love.
And you can use like if you have you're doing green, so I would start with like just the pure green. And you could even add a little bit of black to it to darken it up, and you could do like different layers. Yellow's a little bit hard to do that with because it's such a light color as is. Same thing with red. You can add just a little bit of black and make it more of like a cranberry color, and then like add another layer of brighter red in front of it. Don't add white to the red though, it will make it pink. Unless you want pink.
I feel like my tree is a little new, so I am getting here and there some black in my red.
But it's not like I'm adding more and more white to the various parts to make it look like it has a little bit of depth. And I'm not fully covering, and I'm not just going on either side of the branch, going a little bit over the branch. I'm not just like coming along the side here like this.
I feel called out.
I can't see anything.
Wait. What do you mean by that? Hold on.
See how I'm covering up some of my, here,
I see what you're saying. You're touching the black part as well.
it's going over it a little bit. It's not doing this.
I just want to point out that I was doing that as well, and Emily sucks.
What the fuck? You just want me to kill myself? Is that it?
Oh god, it's blurry now.
Want me to give up?
No one would ever listen to the podcast again if you were on it.
Oh god, I made it blurry. I'm back in.
This is great for an art podcast.
Damn it.
I'm just gonna have to be super close. Here, maybe. See, maybe. At least everyone saw what I was doing. Maybe it'll come back in. Can we just?
It might need to add white. It's a little too dark, I think. Oh, it's standing out.
Sweet webcam.
Kristen ruined her fucking shit.
I'm trying to show you guys up close.
Maybe put your hand over the camera for like a good 15 count. And then come back.
Should I stop the video and then bring it back?
Yeah, maybe.
Look at my sweet picture from when I was like 14. There we go.
So clear.
I love that that's gonna pop up. My 14-year-old iMovie picture that's been. Has anybody else gotten emails from this thing called Peacock that's like a Comcast thing? I got an email that was like, we signed you up. And now all I see is all these ads for their like new streaming service.
What's it called?
Peacock. It's like an Xfinity thing. I'm not even on Xfinity because this part of the world doesn't have Comcast.
Sorry, what?
we had one option for internet, and that was AT&T, and it is garbage.
AT&T, what you can do with them is call them at 2 in the morning and say you're having issues, and they'd like to give you free shit.
See?
It's okay. All I have is Spectrum because I'm in Idaho.
That's your own fault for going to Idaho.
That's fair. I can't disagree with that.
I'm in California. I'm in the capital of California, and the only option is AT&T.
That seems unacceptable.
At least the Capitol building in California doesn't look like a giant washing machine like Oregon's.
So So Kristen, do you maybe have corona?
I don't think so. I don't know if I just like ate something bad. Like it was only just kind of like bleh. And then everything else I feel like is just because it was hot. I don't know.
This isn't so bad.
Adding the leaves.
So I should just add a little white if my leaves are looking a little too dark.
Yeah, go ahead, add some white. Sap green can tend to look a little like, I don't know.
It's not like bland, but it almost feels like it's blending in too much with the.
You can always add white. It's gonna look more like a grade jade than like a lime green because it's not like a yellow base, but it's still gonna look nice. But if you add white, make sure to not add black. It will make it like a gray color. You can even go through, I'm doing it with almost pure white, but a dirty brush, and just kind of going through and adding just a couple here and there.
Yeah.
To add more depth in my leaves.
I feel like I got a good bunch of different colors because as I was dipping into the black, the next few were blackish.
A dirty brush is great for this. It really gives a lot more variance. This is a pretty typical like painting for doing something pretty simple and having very minimal colors. It comes up a lot. It's like
Muffin, get the fuck. No. Don't ruin this for me, McMuffin.
I feel like now that I've done this, if I were to do it again, I could do better.
That's what practices. You could
Yeah,
technically
but I'm
paint
not.
over
The thing is, I'm not going to do it again.
This is beginners class.
Yeah. This is a one shot.
I mean, technically, you could paint over it and then do it a second time. The beauty of canvas. I hate just going over canvases though and then painting something again. I was like, just good.
That's so disrespectful to the first one.
Sometimes it deserves it. I'm sometimes so like this is gonna sound real salty, and I'm sorry if anyone who's ever auditioned for me at my old studio is watching this. Odds are so low that I'm comfortable saying it. Some of the people who would come and audition, who were presenting themselves as professional artists, were so bad. I was disrespected by their canvas paintings, and we would just paint pour over them. I'm not mean to like beginners. I do not care, like you gotta start somewhere. But if you are coming somewhere presenting yourself as an educator to beginners, your painting should not look like a hot trash fire. The amount of people who would come in with like, it's such a specific job too. It's hard to judge people, but like people would come in who are like graphic design majors and haven't really painted. They're like, I'm an art major. This is appropriate. But like if you haven't painted, because the job, here's what it entails to be an art teacher, like at a wine drinking place. You have to be able to paint the painting yourself. You have to be able to paint the painting yourself in a very short amount of time. So usually the artists get about 45 minutes to like actually be painting. Every other part is helping people physically. You have to be entertaining, not being afraid to talk. That's the hardest thing for a lot of artists. You can't be afraid to like talk in front of people. And it's just a lot of, and you have to be able to describe the problems and the pitfalls, and then you have to be able to do the problem and then fix it on your own canvas. And it's just a very specific job.
It's offensive that people think they can just come in and do it like without any like real painting skills.
It's offensive to me when people come in and they're like, I've never painted before, and then they'll sit down and be mad when it's not perfect. I'm like, what were you expecting if you've never done it? Sergio's real quiet over there. Focus.
Yeah, I'm
He's really into
I'm
leaves.
looking at mine and just hoping that David's is.
I like that everyone just wants David's to suck.
I just completely covered all my branches, so I have to repaint all my branches. I'm
You
pissed
don't have
off.
to paint your branches. Mine are just kind of barely.
Yeah, like if you look at a tree, you can't necessarily see the branches, right?
You can see all Kristen's branches, so I feel like I did it wrong.
My branches because I'm using a very transparent yellow, which was ultimately a bad decision.
She's
Thankfully,
using yellow too.
Yeah, but she might be using a different yellow. Not all yellows are as transparent.
Yellow is yellow.
Yellow is not yellow. Let me
Wow.
tell you.
Ignorant.
I was working on this Hidden Valley Ranch painting because that's where I'm at in quarantine. And because it's oil paint, I don't have like the stock of paint that I do here. And when you're painting, technically all you need is a double set of primaries and a black and a white to make every color. But I didn't have a double set of primaries. So a double set means like a warm red and a cold red, a warm yellow, warm blue, cold blue. I only had a really, really warm yellow, and everything looked like shit. Wasn't that like really like lemony yellow that's on Hidden Valley Ranch that makes the green super bright? I was using like a cadmium yellow, which is what I'm using here, and the white was just making it look like bad foundation.
I'm going back and adding more branches.
So brave, David. Again, I'm not pressing super hard. Just kind of lightly tapping. Making sure I'm kind of filling it.
Oh no, I fucked it up.
Thank God.
Let it dry and cover it. And I'm not trying to make everything like perfectly round either. You can if you have one of those trees, but those like barely exist.
Why does everyone want mine to suck?
I don't want yours to suck, David.
I only want yours to suck because we're technically like the worst of the bunch here, and I want mine to at least seem decent. To make it look like I actually maybe have a shot at this.
David is gonna be like incredible.
Oh, Sergio's?
Oh, David's.
Oh.
Oh, it's definitely not. It is not incredible. I will stop you there.
I remember I was doing a corporate event once, and the boss was like a really super competitive dude, and so he gave me like a $200 tip to judge who's the best painting was. That messed me up emotionally, but he gave me $200, so I did it. But then like other people were like putting $20 bills on theirs to like make sure they won. Was being heavily bribed by everybody.
Wow.
I don't see the downside here.
Like we're really not supposed to do that. Like everybody's just supposed to like. If I've learned anything, it's how to compliment at least one thing on everybody's painting.
Yeah, but when people are tossing money at you, it's part of the game that they're playing.
That's true.
Oh no! Oh! I just dropped a brush with paint on it on my leg. And I got another brush, paint on the handle.
Most of mine, like this has paint on the handle. That's almost all my brushes. This one's especially disgusting. I don't know why. I usually try to clean them off. Sometimes I don't give a crap though. It's just the handle. So
I think that's as good as I'm gonna get mine. Is there any more to this, or is this the tree?
This is the tree. Technically, you have to sign it.
Oh. Okay, I will sign it in a bit when it's all dry. But I think I'm okay. I think I'm good. Sergio, how much more do you got to go on yours?
I think
You gonna overdo it and fuck it up, or what?
yeah, I'm on the cusp of just saying fuck it and just adding a shit ton of leaves and covering the whole fucking thing.
Just all of a sudden
That's
it's an
what
evergreen.
I just added leaves everywhere because I don't.
Dude,
No,
Sergio's all of a sudden he's got green, so it's an evergreen.
It's just I feel
Fucking put Christmas lights on it and shit.
I mean, you could technically add other stuff to this painting. Like, you could do the silhouette of somebody swinging in a tree. I was trying to keep this super big.
Yeah, someone hanging from it, like they kill themselves.
Whoa! In these times,
do that, but I was trying to not be controversial.
In Insidious style.
Hell yeah! I need to watch those movies again. I think I only saw the first one.
Really?
Yeah.
They're all really good.
Yeah. Well, the first one was really good until the end, and then I'm like, eh. Which I'm okay with that in a movie. I'm fine. If it's a good movie and I'm fucking creeped out the whole way, and then the end is subpar, that's most horror movies.
It continues it. If you watch the sequel, it starts where the first one left off. It's not just one of those Freddy Krueger comes back to life for no fucking reason at the very end of the movie. Did
you watch the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street with
the guy who played
Rorschach?
Rorschach.
I didn't really like it.
No.
But I didn't think the original was that great. I love the character Freddy, but I didn't think the movies were really great.
I like the design a lot better.
Yeah.
So bad.
And they really went hard on him being a pedophile. That's why he got burned in the first place. I did like that too.
Right, because you feel more for the parents and the reasoning behind everything.
Yeah, makes more sense.
You could increase a few of your colors down below to make it look like some leaves have fallen. If you like the clean look, don't do it.
I'm gonna watch you do it first if you're gonna do it. I don't know if I like it.
Paint back over it black. Black will cover it.
I'm just not gonna do it. I like the silhouette. I like the ground going into the tree as the same color. I think. But Freddy versus Jason was awesome, and Kelly Rowland was hot in that movie.
Yeah. It was fantastic. I honestly don't know why she stopped trying to
acting. She should. Yeah, she should definitely act.
Yeah, she should have kept going. I don't know what stopped her.
What's really funny is, Kane Hodder, he's the guy who played Jason in most of the movies.
Okay.
Excuse me. And he really wanted Freddy versus Jason forever and ever and push for it. They finally made it, and he didn't play Jason in it.
What?
Yeah.
Why
I don't know. It's crazy, right?
Was it just some random new guy? That never played him before?
I don't know who played it. I don't know much about it, but I do know that story, and that story is fucking bums me out.
Yeah.
My tree looks like the fucking burning bush, from the Bible. It's like
nice.
I might burn this painting.
I feel like my edges are subpar.
I don't know, man. I don't think I put enough branches, so it looks like I don't have enough.
Well, you know what I found I could do is if I felt like there needs to be leaves someplace, I'll put the leaves out and then draw the branches to those leaves.
Oh, there you go. That's a good
thing.
You didn't just cover your whole fucking tree, because I just covered the whole like an animal.
The thing is, Emily, is I'm an artist and I take care of my paintings.
Want to know what the stupid conspiracy style? It's not really a conspiracy theory, but for movies that I've been dealing with.
Yeah.
2 weeks. So I've been watching all the Air Buddies movies because I hate myself a little bit. But then I started noticing that they were all directed by the same guy. His name is Robert Vince. I now know as much as there is publicly to know about Robert Vince. He's a very private guy.
Okay.
In 2008, when the very first Air Buddies movie came out that he directed, the only Air Buddies movie that he did not direct was the very first one. Was the year his brother died, who also was a producer of film, because he produced all of the Air Bud movies. Because there's 6
The
Air
brother
Bud
did?
and they both did together.
Okay.
But then he started directing, and there's not a lot to know about this guy. So I think he just kind of snapped when his brother died and was like, fuck it, we're making all these movies. And they're done by a production company called Air Bud Entertainment. That's whole genre is just Air Buddies movies. But then now they've transformed into doing something called Pup Star, which raises a whole lot of ethical problems.
Okay.
Because in the Pup Star, so it's all like sequential. So like there's the Air Bud movies, which is like the original dog who's good at sports.
It's all the same story.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then that dog has puppies, and those, 5 puppies are the direct descendants of that. But then the Pup Star is like later on in that same universe. The buddies are gone. Air Bud is gone. But dogs have learned how to talk to people.
What?
And so they have like an American Idol of dogs.
What the fuck are you talking about?
But like there's still
Some sort
a
of
dog
fucking-
catcher, which is really ethically problematic. Like because
A
they're
dog
just
catcher for something that's sentient?
but like they're just sitting in jail. But like and they because the dogs can talk, it's no longer a dog catcher, but they just call it like foster care. But they still kill the dogs after a year of being there. And this is a kid's franchise.
They still kill the dogs even though they can talk
Yep.
and they're sentient.
Still do it. Still do
That's
it.
fucked up. Where are my testicles, Summer?
I'll just straight up say right now, I think mine's the worst. Just getting that out there.
Oh no.
No, you said yours has to be better than mine.
Oh girl, no.
You said it. You said it.
It looks like that I set the tree on fire. Like I cannot get this yellow to do like whatever I in my head wanted it to do.
So I just did a Rick and Morty line, but Summer from Rick and Morty. Did you know that her name is Spencer Grammer? And her dad, do you know who her dad is?
Is it?
He likes tossed salad and scrambled eggs, I'll tell you that.
No, it was fucking Frasier.
Frasier is her dad.
Kelsey Grammer is her dad.
Kelsey Grammer's her dad.
What?
That's
the-
wild.
You can't tell me her full name and then be like, guess who her dad is. There's only one.
Spencer Grammer. Spencer Grammer. Who's her dad? The only other Grammer there is.
Oh, ever.
Apparently, she was on Cheers as a baby, as a child.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. Because Frasier and Liv had a child.
How long did that show last? Frasier.
Frasier? I don't know. Probably longer than Cheers. That's what's crazy.
There's 11 seasons, I know, because I just watched them all
You really?
Shut up.
for the first time.
Only seen like 1 or 2 episodes of Frasier.
Have you, but how many seasons of Cheers were there?
I don't know. I think Frasier went on longer than Cheers.
I think so too.
I've been watching through the original Full House.
I've never
I tried
seen
to
any
watch,
episode. I've
I
never
tried
seen
to
one.
watch Fuller House and it was terrible.
Oh yeah, Fuller House is absolutely god awful. And so I
Garbage.
went back to watch because Full House was like one of those
a
shows
better
that I
show.
would fall asleep to
Yeah.
when nothing else was on. And so I have like fond memories of Full House. And I went back to like see if it was just as like badly made. That show was remarkably made and is also really weird to watch through a 2020 lens.
11 seasons for Cheers as well.
Wow.
Tossed salad, scrambled eggs.
Everywhere
Hey.
you look. Everywhere.
Pop quiz, hop shot. What type of car did Sam from Cheers drive? It was kind of a big deal.
Was it?
Thunderbird,
No.
Shelby.
Nope.
a VW bus.
He drove a Corvette. And in the 80s, that was the fucking, you're the man. You got a Corvette? You're the fucking man.
Who?
And he was a former baseball player.
I just got paint in my wine.
Yay!
Yay.
Drink it anyway.
Chug.
Do it.
I drank it.
I
plenty.
would. Fuck. Did you flick it or did you accidentally dip?
Well, I flicked it because the glasses are next to each other, and I was rinsing off the
Yeah,
brush
yeah.
massively.
Whatever. Fuck it. That's not much. Are we almost ready for the reveal? Sergio, where you at?
I'm not gonna mess with it anymore. It's
Okay. Emily, are you ready?
Okay. I
Okay.
signed it.
you know,
Who goes first?
Technically, I went first.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you should get yours first. Every time. Here we go. Who's first? Emily or Sergio or me?
Someone else.
Oh,
Really
go ahead,
good have
Sergio.
to be last.
I know. They all want to fucking take the man down.
Yeah,
Everyone's is going to be better than mine.
mine's horse crap. Just
What?
Sergio.
It's like a babao tree.
Yeah.
I don't even know what it is.
It's a tree.
Babao tree or how do you say
definitely a
it?
tree.
Babao?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Baobao?
I feel like you're just because of the lighting, I feel like your background looks worse than it is. Because
Yeah.
you're only getting like the harsh blacks parts. You're not seeing the blending.
It's just not that big, is all.
This is like where I started, and it was like I was like that is too dark.
All right, Sergio, is yours going to be better than mine?
I fucking don't think so.
Okay. Emily, are you ready? Do you want to do yours?
No, I'm like adding shit now, like into kind of desperate attempts to
Oh shit!
salvage it.
You guys are gonna be so upset at me right now.
David's camera's gonna be completely
I
blank.
killed it, dude. I killed it. No, you know what I said? I was talking to Justine. I said, you know what I need to do, and I didn't fucking do it. If I was funny, I would have went out of my way to do it. Is to have a separate one where I already drew just like a fucking stick man, and pull out a stick man for the reveal. Oh, I'm no good. I'm no good at stuff.
Oh god, stuff.
Oh,
This is mine close.
Look at
yeah,
that.
that looks great. Oh, I love the white with the yellow. That's really
So
cool.
cute.
How'd you pull those leaves up so much?
Oh man, I should have done white with my. I
That
should
was
have
my
done
problem.
some pinkers. I should
That
have
was
done
my
some pinkers
problem
with
was-
mine.
The one we do very similar at Wine and Design is actually red. I cannot tell you how much I hate black, white, and red together.
Thanks, Dick.
It's not. It's because my schools and my colleges and my sports teams were all black, white, and red. And I'm
Me
just
too. My high school was black and red.
And then every freaking course, it's like, let's have a red satin corset with black lace. And I just.
But it works so well together. Okay, Emily, let's see.
Do it.
See,
Oh, great.
looks like the tree's on fire.
Can you go a little closer?
Fucking.
Yeah, put
Closer,
it.
closer. Stop.
That
Okay.
That's good.
I
like
okay.
it.
100 times better than mine. Looks like an actual fucking tree.
It's like a tree. It's just a different style of tree.
Do you guys want to see mine?
Well, yeah, that's everyone's trying to be better than you.
You're the last one, so yeah, you can have.
David's gonna be better than Kristen, and he's gonna lead the next class.
Mine is not better than Kristen's. I'll tell you that.
After I'll show you the picture that I was kind of going off of and simplified immensely.
I swear to God, if it's
That's
like,
such a
Guys, are you
big
ready?
canvas.
not,
I know,
it was not
I
even
know.
what Kristen drew, painted rather.
Okay, are you guys ready?
I'm looking at the edges, and then there's nothing on the edges.
It is so big.
Jesus, David.
It's what I had later on. Look, I did the edges.
Okay, it looks like
Half edges.
fucking.
You know what? It's really good.
It's pretty good.
Your background is way more. It looks like a.
I
Like
think if you had more leads, honestly.
What's that?
I just need a couple more leads.
I didn't want to overdo it. I was getting a little busy.
Like this.
Like,
That's why I said when I saw yours, I'm like, oh, I could have done white leaves or something on there. But I think any more red would start to glob together.
I'm gonna get a painting 1 second.
So what do you guys think?
Yours
Did
is
you guys,
definitely
did you guys do better than me or?
No, I think yours is the best one next to Kristen.
My
Yeah, no, Kristen's is fucking amazing.
right.
Do you see how I fucking totally copied her tree, like almost to a T?
Well, that's what I tried to do, but my branches kept coming up so thick.
Yeah, so I had to use the flat one and go da 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 da.
Yeah.
And then after we started the leaves, I was like, oh, the branches don't even need to be literal. They just need to kind of be there.
Yeah, they just have
And so
to
when I added more, I was like, okay, we're doing like an impression of a tree.
This is
That's-
the painting that it's not the same. You're gonna wonder what I mean. This is the painting when I was thinking about what I was gonna do that I was
Yeah.
thinking about.
Okay, I see how you can take one from the other.
I love that.
Ours is like a abstract version of that.
We could not pull that off. So.
No.
This is based off of a sketch that Van Gogh did. It has like you see the metallic.
Oh well, yeah.
Yeah.
Got, like,
Did
a
you do
metallic.
that, Kristen?
Guys, we have an issue. We have a really big issue now.
What?
Well, we really don't want Emily to kill herself, right?
Oh, you think yours
So
is
how
the
do we
best
do-
one?
I think I got it. I said I was going to, so.
Out of the three of us, do I think mine is the best one? I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm not tooting my own horn, but
I don't know. I honestly like between you and Emily's, they have the outstanding attributes. Like yours, David, I think has the better like skyline. I mean the gray.
Yeah, you know what though? It's so tough. Like I said with yours, I could just see the black. Like with mine, as I'm looking at it here and as I'm looking at it on screen, it's not the same. It's a really bummer with that just on the video. Like all of our backgrounds don't look as good as they look.
It is hard when you can't see it. Like
yeah,
mine's actually pretty light, but on camera it looks a little dark.
Yeah, that was fucking fun though.
McMuffin, I swear to God.
I had no expectation of how like the.
Are you gonna hang yours up, Sergio? Or are you gonna
mine?
Take it to work, hang it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it right next to my desk.
Yeah, do that for sure.
I love doing offices where everyone would paint theirs and then they would hang them all up like in the office.
I keep looking at Kristen's and I'm like, God damn it! I wish mine was good.
Really not.
Oh, my cat just laid on mine, so it's done.
Nice.
Your cat does not.
Do you see, Kristen, how I tried to almost completely copy your tree? Like it is such a copy of your tree.
You added that extra branch at the bottom.
Yeah, you have more branches. Yours is a little bit like wider.
Yeah.
See this little curve
do
here?
you see?
It was like a huge curve. My tree had like a butt.
But that's how knots work. Like
you had junk in the trunk.
Yeah, no, trees look like that.
I would never over it.
It's more interesting than just like a straight up.
That was just overall thick.
Yeah, thicker than a Snickers.
It was a thick boy. But
you know, that's common.
That was fucking fun though.
But I mean, yeah,
I really wish I'd done better, but
I couldn't understand how the paint applies on the canvas because
it's tough, right?
Canvas before ever.
It's something that it's like a muscle memory.
So I at least now know like to be a lot lighter. In the very beginning strokes because it just lays on obviously rather thick. So
now that we have the paint and the brushes, we are going to have to do this again now.
Another very basic paint.
That was fun. I really get that vibe off that game though. You know the game.
Bigger bottles of acrylic paint.
Oh,
Kristen,
yeah,
you should
get
do
these
a
fat
harder
boys
one next
like
time.
$5 a piece.
Like get harder every time.
What?
Get
no.
A little bit harder.
No. Oh, that was stressful enough.
Like this was one I could have painted in like 20 minutes, and
for sure.
Like it's fun. I considered adding like a moon, but that always really just throws a wrench into people's plans.
Like I like the negative space though. I think that you could put something there, but you got to do it fucking great. You know, for us fucking shithead beginners, if we were to add something there, it wouldn't have been good.
I think something fun about this tree is you could do like a rainbow tree, which is very common on Pinterest, where like the leaves make a rainbow. You could do it in whatever color matches whatever room you're doing. You could do other colors. Now, when it comes to like the black and white, it's going to be the easiest, but you could do it all one color. Like you could do white with like blue in the background and just use blue where you use black or purple or whatever. It doesn't have to be black and white. Black and white's the easiest to use.
Kristen, to anybody that is watching this, anything else you want to say about these paintings? Any other tips, tricks?
Have fun. Don't expect it to be perfect.
Yeah, it can't.
Try not to judge it to your neighbors.
Yeah.
I bet that's a big one too.
You can only judge it to your own.
Well, that's why I wanted to definitely do all of ours off camera, because like I would have been looking at theirs more than mine.
And if you go to somebody in person, like one of the like sip wine and sip and paint things, try to sit across from the person you come with. It's more fun to imagine.
Across, not beside.
Yeah, it's more fun.
Yeah, because you're looking at their face, not their painting.
You're looking at their face, you can have a conversation, and you're not stressing about what they're painting and if theirs is better or if they're doing something you like more, because you're always going to like what they're doing more. The general rule of painting is you like everybody else's more than your own.
Yeah. Emily, any last words? Are you going to bring back Northwest Mystery Show or what? Fucking, you just had, by the way, someone subscribe to your page on Facebook this week.
Oh, we get new likes and follows like constantly for that show.
Yeah, you need to bring it back. You need to find someone to do it with.
Okay, I'm in Idaho.
Watch Murder Mountain on Netflix.
What's that?
Murder Mountain on Netflix about Humboldt County. and the people that go missing.
Oh, gross.
Because of the
Okay,
weekend.
Lot of drug trade there.
Lot of drug
Sergio,
trade.
you got anything?
No, I'll probably end up touching this up a little bit, maybe adding a few things on my own to see if I can, improve it.
You can always take the light paint and go over that corner you think is too dark too, because it's dry.
Yeah, I did throughout just my background.